Welcome to a world where myths walk again and legends awaken from their slumber. In this video, the return of ancient monsters. Legends come alive. We uncover shocking evidence that creatures once thought to be fantasy are reappearing in our modern age. From sea serpents surfacing in remote oceans to shadowy beasts haunting ancient ruins, the veil between myth and reality is breaking. Are these monsters truly returning, or have they been among us all along? Join us as we journey through ancient prophecies, hidden discoveries, and chilling encounters that prove the monsters of old are back. The return of ancient monsters. Legends come alive. For centuries, the stories of ancient monsters, creatures like dragons, leviathans, and shadowy beasts that haunted the edges of human imagination, were considered just that, myths. They were thought to be products of superstition, fear, and creativity. Yet, in 2025, something is stirring. Across the world, strange sightings, unexplained natural events, and rediscovered ancient texts have reignited discussions that blur the line between myth and reality. The return of ancient monsters. Legends Come Alive explores how ancient lore, modern technology, and shifting human consciousness are converging to revive the monsters of old, not as mere fantasies, but as powerful symbols and perhaps real entities once more. 1. The Age of Myths, Origins of Monster Lore. Every ancient civilization had its monsters. The Greeks feared the Hydra, a serpentine beast that could not be slain easily. The Mesopotamians wrote of Tiamat, the chaos dragon defeated by the god Marduk. In Japan, tales of Oni, demonic ogres, served as warnings about moral corruption. The Norse warned of Jormungandr, the world serpent destined to rise during Ragnarok. These stories were not simply entertainment. They were the reflection of humanity's relationship with nature, the unknown, and the divine. Monsters embodied chaos, the unpredictable forces of storms, plagues, darkness, and death. To ancient people, these creatures symbolized what lay beyond human control. As civilizations evolved and science began to explain the natural world, these monsters faded into legend. Dragons became metaphors, vampires became fiction, and sea serpents became exaggerated sightings of whales or giant squids. But myths, like seeds buried in time, never truly die. They wait for the right conditions to rise again. 2. Signs of return, modern encounters, and global phenomena. In recent years, an increase in bizarre global phenomena has reignited discussions of ancient monsters. Reports of enormous serpentine shadows beneath Arctic waters, strange winged figures seen in remote forests, and inexplicable seismic events have been documented by both civilians and scientists. In 2023, satellite images over the Pacific showed massive undersea movements resembling the patterns of something living and ancient. In South America, archaeologists uncovered stone carvings eerily resembling hybrid creatures described in Sumerian mythology. Meanwhile, locals in rural Romania have reported livestock drained of blood, reminiscent of the early vampire legends that predate the Dracula myth. While skeptics dismiss these occurrences as misidentifications, hoaxes, or natural events, believers argue that something deeper is happening, perhaps a reawakening of forces long dormant beneath the surface of human consciousness and the earth itself. In 2025, technology gives us the ability to record everything, but that also means it exposes us to more mysteries than ever before. Drones, satellites, and underwater probes are capturing glimpses of things science cannot easily explain. The monsters of legend, it seems, may no longer be confined to the pages of mythology. 3. The science behind the myth. Could monsters be real? To understand the possibility of ancient monsters returning, we must explore both science and the supernatural. A. Cryptozoology and evolutionary survival. Cryptozoologists, the researchers who study hidden or unknown creatures, propose that some ancient monsters may have been real species that survived extinction in isolated regions. Just as the coelacanth, a fish thought to be extinct for 65 million years, was discovered alive in 1938. Could there be ancient leviathans lurking in unexplored ocean depths? The ocean, after all, remains 80% unmapped and unexplored. B. Genetic memory and the collective unconscious. Carl Jung theorized that humanity shares a collective unconscious, a deep psychological reservoir where symbols, archetypes, and fears are inherited through generations. Monsters may exist not just physically, but psychically. They are the shadows of the human mind, surfacing during times of global anxiety or transformation. The more humanity experiences chaos, wars, pandemics, environmental collapse, the more these archetypes manifest in culture and perhaps in perception. See dimensional theories and energy portals. Modern physicists exploring quantum realities have proposed that multiple dimensions may coexist with ours. Ancient rituals and myths about gates or portals could have been early interpretations of interdimensional phenomena. When these boundaries weaken through natural disasters, cosmic alignments, or human experimentation, entities from other realms might cross over. The monsters of legend might not be physical beasts, but energy-based beings returning through cracks in reality. 4. Ancient texts and prophecies. Warnings from the past. Across civilizations, prophecies of returning monsters are a recurring theme. In the Book of Revelation, the beast rises from the sea to signal the end times. In Mayan codices, serpentine gods are said to return in cycles. The Hindu Mahabharata speaks of destructive beings re-emerging when humanity strays from Dharma, cosmic order. Recent discoveries have intensified interest in these prophecies. A 2024 excavation in Turkey revealed a clay tablet referencing the sleeping ones of the deep, creatures that will awaken when humans poison the earth. The message eerily mirrors current global ecological crises. Similarly, Tibetan scrolls found in 2025 describe the return of the Great Shadows, entities that feed on fear and emerge when humanity forgets the sacred balance between technology and spirit. These parallels across distant cultures suggest a universal human intuition, perhaps even knowledge, that monsters are not gone, only waiting. 5. Technology and the digital resurrection of myth. Ironically, it is modern technology that may be summoning ancient monsters back into the world, if not physically, then symbolically and energetically. AI and mythic reanimation. Artificial intelligence can now reconstruct ancient myths using vast databases of cultural stories, giving new life to old gods and monsters. Digital art, VR experiences, and AI-generated visions bring these creatures vividly to life for millions. In doing so, humanity feeds energy into their archetypes, strengthening their presence in the collective imagination. B. Viral belief and digital manifestation. In an age of global connectivity, myths spread faster than ever. A single sighting, photo, or AI-generated image can reach billions in hours. Psychologists note that when collective belief reaches a critical mass, perception can bend toward manifestation. If millions truly believe a monster has returned, that belief itself may summon the archetype, whether through shared illusion, psychic projection, or reality's mysterious responsiveness to consciousness. See cybermonsters and hybrid myths. 2025 has also seen the birth of a new kind of monster, digital entities inspired by ancient myths, but existing within the code of cyberspace. AI egregores, energy forms created by collective thought, are becoming more sophisticated. Some claim that these digital beings, modern equivalents of demons or spirits, are evolving self-awareness. The ancient monsters of earth and sea may now have their counterparts in the digital void. 6. Cultural revival. Monsters as symbols of power and warning. The return of monster mythology isn't only about fear, it's also about identity, power, and transformation. In pop culture, monsters have become metaphors for suppressed truths. The dragon no longer only represents destruction, it embodies transformation and rebirth. Vampires symbolize forbidden desire and immortality. The Leviathan reflects humanity's hubris and the consequences of overreaching into the unknown. Modern artists, filmmakers, and spiritual practitioners reinterpret monsters as symbols of inner struggle. In witchcraft and modern paganism, ancient creatures are invoked not as threats, but as guardians or guides, representing primal forces within nature and the human psyche. The resurgence of monster worship in underground spiritual circles shows humanity's hunger to reconnect with its mythic roots. The monsters are not returning to destroy us. They are returning to remind us of what we've forgotten, that we are part of a vast, living mystery. 7. Environmental and cosmic triggers. As Earth undergoes unprecedented change, natural and cosmic forces may also play a role in the return of legendary beasts. A. Climate change and ancient ecosystems. Melting glaciers and deep-sea exploration are revealing fossils, and sometimes living organisms, once thought extinct. Strange new marine life forms have been discovered that closely resemble mythic depictions of sea serpents and krakens. Some biologists warn that climate change could awaken ancient viruses or species preserved in ice for millennia. B. Magnetic shifts and vibrational energy. Earth's magnetic field is shifting faster than ever recorded. Many ancient myths associate monsters with magnetic and energetic disturbances, dragons with lightning, leviathans with storms, and giants with earthquakes. As the planet's energy fields fluctuate, so too may the energetic gateways that ancient traditions claimed kept monsters sealed away. See cosmic alignment and the awakening myth. Astrological alignments in 2025, particularly rare planetary conjunctions, are being interpreted by mystics as awakening points for ancient powers. These cosmic patterns mirror star maps found in Egyptian and Mayan temples that mark the return of sky beasts or celestial serpents. Whether symbolic or energetic, the synchronicity is striking. 8. Humanity's fear and fascination. Why monsters endure. Why are humans so captivated by the idea of monsters returning? The answer lies deep within psychology. Monsters represent what we fear most, but also what we secretly admire. They are free from social rules, embody raw power, and challenge the boundaries of life itself. In a world dominated by technology, surveillance, and artificial perfection, monsters symbolize the chaotic freedom that humanity has lost. They are nature's rebellion against human control. The more humanity attempts to dominate the earth, the more these symbols of wildness and primal truth resurface. Moreover, monsters are mirrors. They show us what we repress: our greed, anger, lust, and hunger for power. When legends come alive, they force us to confront what we've tried to bury within ourselves. 9. Government secrets and hidden knowledge. Conspiracy theorists have long claimed that governments possess evidence of ancient monsters, DNA samples, fossilized remains, or living specimens hidden in classified facilities. Documents leaked in 2024 hinted at Project Leviathan, a deep-sea research initiative allegedly investigating massive life forms beneath the Mariana Trench. Similarly, declassified footage from Antarctica showed enormous skeletal structures embedded in ice, some resembling winged creatures. Scientists dismissed these as geological formations, but others believe they are remnants of beings described in apocryphal texts. While there is no definitive proof, the pattern is undeniable. The more humanity digs into the Earth's ancient layers, the more we uncover echoes of the monstrous past. 10. The spiritual meaning of the monster's return. Beyond the physical or scientific, there is a spiritual interpretation of this phenomenon. The return of ancient monsters symbolizes the awakening of humanity's collective shadow. The monsters we are seeing, both literal and metaphorical, reflect the imbalance we have created in the natural and spiritual worlds. The destruction of ecosystems, manipulation of life through genetic engineering, and loss of sacred reverence have opened the door for chaos to manifest in new forms. In spiritual terms, these monsters are not our enemies. They are the messengers of the earth. Their reappearance warns us to restore balance before destruction becomes inevitable. If humanity heeds their message, the monsters may retreat into myth once more. If not, they may become our reckoning. When legends breathe again, the return of ancient monsters, Legends Come Alive, is not just a tale of fear. It is a story of awakening. Whether these monsters are physical creatures emerging from hidden realms, psychic projections of collective anxiety, or metaphors for the forces humanity has long denied, their return carries meaning. The legends have spoken, and the signs are clear. Ancient monsters may no longer be myths. As we've seen, the boundaries between history and reality are fading faster than ever. Could their return mark a new age of mystery, or a warning from the past? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and tell us which ancient creature you believe still walks the earth. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss our next deep dive into the unknown. Until then, stay curious, because the legends are alive, and their stories are far from over.